Hey, this is Max. Welcome back to another CSR2 video. I am here with the Bugatti Evolution Cup. This is so I can win the prize car, which is on race 15 here, which is a variation on the Chiron Sport. And I'm actually using a Chiron Sport to win the Chiron Sport. So we'll see how this goes. Of course, because I've fully maxed my current Chiron Sport, I don't foresee any problems getting through this. I just wanted to see exactly how tough things get. So let's go ahead and take a look, see how this plays out. Now, the current update did something which is lower the graphics on these cars. So if you watch the way the needle counts down, you no longer have a circle around it when you have the low graphics. You get the interesting dropping in kind of numbers. Your overall graphics quality for the shading and everything else is a little bit less. The background looks less interesting, and the cars look a little duller. So this is all done in the name of making things work better for lower end devices, I would assume. But unfortunately, this BlueStacks variation on the Samsung device was running plenty fine with the original setup of high graphics, so I don't see the point of them doing this to this particular account. But as it stands, I'm running low graphics because I'm stuck with it. Okay, so let's just kind of blow through these. It's only 15 races, so this should be a quick and easy video. Let's see. 7.765. I'm not doing that well on the times. I know people have hit 7.6s, but hey, it's enough to get through. Now, even on the second run, we're already looking at 8.9, so this is escalating very quickly. But that's not unusual for Evolution Cup. If you don't have a fully maxed Chiron, Chiron Sport, or a Chiron Red, you're probably not going to make it all the way. You may be able to get away with having one or two stage sixes that are really not that useful removed, or maybe a few epic fusions with all the stage sixes, but you really can't be missing much. I mean, you're just not going to make it if you're missing more than one or two items. I'm going to go ahead and add the additional fuel with gold. Since I've gained quite a bit of gold through the golden cup, I think 40 gold isn't going to hurt me much here. Okay, speed trap, 274 mile per hour. Wow, that's pretty high. Uh, Fortunately, it won't need a retune with the Max Chiron, which will easily hit about 290 mile per hour plus. But if you don't have a Max Chiron, of course, this could already be a pretty challenging um, speed trap for the car. So here, 297, 274. Again, max car, breezing through it easily. Let's take a look at this one. Now, after this one, I'm going to go back and take some parts out and see where the car is with one or two stage sixes dropped. And we're going to try to take a look and see how that plays out as far as getting through these challenges. It's one of my better runs. Nice amount of money. Let's go back to garage. Now, the load time is a little bit better coming in and out of garage than compared to the high graphics, but it's not really super good. Okay. I don't recall exactly which one's the worst stage six, but chances are it's one of these two guys. Let's remove these two, retune, and see where the car is. If it's over 9 seconds, it's not going to make it. It has to run somewhere between, I'm sorry, over 8 seconds, it's not going to make it. It's got to run somewhere between 8.2 to 7.9 range, depending on which opponent you get, of course. 7.879. So with two stage sixes missing, I'm still able to make this. Let's go back and drop another one. Let's see which one's less interesting for the purpose of this. Um, Now, nitrous is usually not one you want to be dropping, but in this case, let's drop it and see what happens. While this car is relatively nitrous dependent, I find nitrous isn't a critical stage six generally for this. All right, 8.2 now. Now, that slowed it down quite a bit, but can we add in a little bit of performance to knock it down into the range where we can actually do something? Hmm. Let's bump it up. That's going up. And it's done. All right. So here I am looking at 8.18, 336, but it's 278 only in the quarter mile. So that's something that definitely impacts your quarter mile speed traps. Um, let's say we don't do that. Let's put nitrous back in, and we'll take out something that I think may be a little bit less impactful, which let's try taking out tire for a change. Yep, definitely less of an Evo drop with tire removed than with nitrous removed. Let's see if it's still keeping it right around 8. 8.139, definitely better. And I haven't even tuned nitrous to a more aggressive setting, which would definitely add some performance. So 8.078, that means I am 3 stage 6 short and still have a decent chance of making it through this. Of course, hitting that dyno hasn't been my forte, so we'll see what happens. Now, already saying it's challenging, we're only on race 6, although in defense of this particular event, that's about halfway almost. So I guess it should be somewhat challenging. All right, let's try it. So I'm using nitrous the second I launch. Generally speaking, that should give you the best runs. I'm doing an 8.124 on an 8.0 something dyno. The problem is, of course, near the end, I don't expect the opponents to be running 8.3s, but with 3 stage 6s dropped, the car technically isn't maxed. So it really comes down to what the computer gives me as my final opponent. And of course, you could waste a few pips of gas and try to get a easier opponent. That is something that is possible. And here we go. Things are tight, but not that bad. Now, that was actually a worse run. Okay, this gets interesting. I'm looking at an extreme challenge coming up. Let's see what the challenge is and see why it's extreme. Speed trap, 285. That's going to take a little bit of work. Now, the problem with the Chiron is, of course, you're already running 53 setting for tire. You're not likely to get more out of that mile per hour without hitting it just right. So really, you're looking at possibly facing the nitrous, and you're just going to be using it the same way you would. Oh, 280, I lose. All right. So I hit 281. I need to hit 285. Let's go back. This is actually a spot some other teammates from a different crew, part of my second account crew. He stuck there at that particular speed trap, I believe, because this is a speed trap where missing that one or two power adding stage 6 is going to make a difference in getting to that point. So here, can we tune around it? Well, that's going to be the question, right? The way this car accelerates, 280 something is in one of the top gears already. Is it possible to put it to, say, here to top out at 284? The answer to that is yes. Your ultimate top speed is only 285, so you're going to top out 286. So now, by tuning to the final gear, we are getting a little slower, but we can do the 286 mile per hour. So the Chiron tuning is not using nitrous late, but rather shortening the overall gear so the car tops out. Notice it went from impossible to hard. Not too bad. And again, we're short 3 stage 6s on this setting. So that means you don't need all those fusions for that 3 stage 6s to make this. But we're still going to have to top this car out to the final gear before the end. No, I lose again. So what am I doing wrong now? I hit 282, but I didn't hit the top speed. Now we're going to try using nitrous a little bit later to get the gear in there. So the key here is I got to get Oh, I'm still not getting it. Hold on. But I'm getting better. Again, this is one of those deals where you just got to get it just right. Let's try it. Yes, done. 286. All right, so you're basically launching perfect if you can, because I kind of messed that up. But launch perfect, go right to second gear in nitrous, and then it's all deep good shifts until you hit the end of seventh. You barely make that speed trap, and you're gonna have to go back and retune now because it's not quite good enough time-wise now to make it to the next part. So now we're gonna go back, retune final gear, and hopefully reset a time that we can actually beat the next challenge. So here again, we're still trying to do this on the minimum I can, although without a doubt, I am running full fusion. So keep that in mind that if you're missing fusions on top of the specific stage sixes I dropped, you may very well not make it through. So 8.119, I know it's like 8.0 something when I had it tuned just right. Let's go down to let's see here. 8.081. Let me see. One more. One more? Two more? Nope, that's about it. Okay. So 8.0807, maybe 076, 078. Bottom line is I'm not going to hit that. So, but it's close enough now to get us through the next race, which is race 9. So you got quite a few races and they're all going to escalate. So I'm not going to have an easy time for these next few. I can't screw up. Got to try to launch it perfect. Nitrous first. All deep good shifts. It's going to be fun. All right, I did nitrous in first, but it didn't really carry that nitrous shot. So this is going to be a close one. Whew. All right, 8.1s, right? I think the last few races is going to be real tricky. I'm probably going to end up spending quite a bit of time reloading to different opponents trying to get through if I want to keep it this way. Now, obviously, for me, if I just go ahead and throw in one more stage 6, I will get it done. Oh, that's not good. Ooh, made it. Wow. The late shift definitely hurt me there, but eked it out. Wow. It's a little nerve-wracking, to be honest. At least for me, there's no issue if I want to throw a part on. I mean, if you're somebody who doesn't have the parts and you're kind of stuck at this point, that's really a disappointing position to be in. But the event's not over yet, and you'll have some time to get crates, save up some more bronze keys, maybe run live. Do what you got to do to try to get that last part to EQ through. So 8.111 only got me to race 12, and now it's extreme again. What? Now what? Probably another speed trap. Let's see what it is. Now, yep, another speed. Now this one is now 291. Now, that is probably not going to be possible with this car with the current upgrade. So I finally hit a wall with my upgrades where even if I had it, I probably won't be able to get this done. Nope, 281. So third gear nitrous isn't going to do it. It has to be second gear and it has to be caught properly. Let's go back and take one more look at tuning, but I suspect I am now ultimately going to have to throw another stage 6 on. So the idea of beating this with 3 stage 6 missing, well, it looks like it's not getting done. All right, so 283 with this current tuning, let's remember 2.13. Okay, so let's move this to 291. That only gives you 285. 286, but definitely if I keep lowering it, it's not going to help because you cannot beat the final top speed because your car's topped out. 285. Can we eke it out more with this? Nope. So the grip is still important. It can't really be done that way. Now there's one other option to tweak, And that's this to see if that'll give you a little bit. Nope, actually it lowers it. So at this point, despite my best efforts, I'm looking at about a 286 or so. And that doesn't really surprise me. Remember, we barely made it through the 286 speed trap with the current upgrades. So I'm going to throw my hands up in defeat and go ahead and add in another stage 6. So my dream of beating this with 3 missing is now dashed. So that kind of brings us down to 2 possible stage 6s missing. Since intake comes with 2 fusions, even though it might still be worse than turbo, I'm going to go ahead and throw intake on. That brings us down to only, ooh, that actually lowered the yield. Hold on, let's check. That might not be a helpful stage 6, or the tuning is definitely off now. Let's see what it says. 288, not quite going to hit that 291 though. 290, wow. 289. 289. So 290 is where it tops out. And we need 291. Ouch. What are the chances that I'm going to make this? Not good. Not good. So intake, even with intake thrown in, I'm still not making it. What about if I threw in turbo instead? Let's try turbo instead and tune it, and then go back and take our shot. So 291 is a very difficult one. So intake added wasn't enough to push it through. I know if I add tire, I should be able to push it through, but I'm trying not to. I'm trying to avoid the really more effective. Wow, this one's even worse. Look at that drop in Evo. I'm not sure that's going to work well for us. Well, now, there's hope. 291 with turbo. Okay, so now I've set my settings, right? 291 with turbo, assuming a near perfect drive, because again, if you nitrous too early, too late, didn't launch right, any of these steps would probably block you from finishing this. So let's try this speed trap with that setting. So mind you, I'm missing tire and intake only on stage 6s, and I am going to try for the 291. Come on. Yes. Got it. 292. Okay, so turbo definitely pulled it off. Now I'm curious if I may be able to actually do with in I don't know. I can go test it in the testing session and find out, but I think intake tops out at 290. We may be able to eke out 291. Should I? Now, you know what? Let's not. Let's go ahead and retune this to max Evo, which remember was around 2.1 something without the turbo. Let's see if with turbo that is still the case. Oh, 7.9 out, even without going further out. So with turbo, I should definitely be able to finish this now. All right, well, then let's go ahead and test it. So turbo was just enough, and it bumps you down enough to get you through most likely to the very end. So let's take race 13 and then see what happens with race 14 and 15. With race 15, again, if you get a tougher opponent, if you try a few times, sometimes you can pull an easier one. The slowest I've seen actually was like 8.26 posted by somebody. Not maybe not that slow, but it was definitely slower than 8s. And then the average one I've seen is like an 8.06. And this is actually faster than what I saw as the final time. So here, again, you could get stuck right here if you're running over 8 with this guy and going to have to probably switch a few times to hope for a slower dude. So that's a possibility too. At this point, either you're going to be ready to get this done or you're just not going to make it and you're going to have to wait for more upgrades. And that's the problem with all Evolution Cups. Things are just not that easy. Even if you think it looks easy, the game usually makes it pretty hard. Okay, All right, and the final moment of truth coming up is going to be the race to get the new Purple Star Chiron. All right, here we go. Oh, that's not a great launch. This is going to be problematic. Come on, get him. Yes. Of course, I am supposed to run 7.9s, which should allow me to get this done anyway. Yes, 5-star car delivered. And there it is. Another Chiron Sport, just really with different looking graphics. Although it is a pretty car, I'm probably not getting the full benefit of graphics here because it's again running low graphics, but not a bad looking car and is now added to the garage. So as you can see, Evolution Cup, as always, turns out to require all but one or two final stage sixes and all but full fusion to accomplish. And at least I got it done. And I have this new interesting looking Chiron, which I can click on all day and does not open the door or anything. I'll probably not build this. It's going to sit in my garage along with other cars with purple stars I've acquired because by the time you're done getting through the Evolution Cup, you're pretty much tapped out on your fusions and upgrades. And you're just basically going to have to consider spending a ton of gold if you want to start transferring fusions. So it's pretty car. I'm going to let it sit in my garage and I'll go from there. Now, you saw what I did with the speed traps. And if you're stuck and that is helpful to you, please let me know. Again, the tuning seems to be if you're going to go ahead and tune for the exact top speed to top out at and launch and nitrous in second, you should be able to hit it. Either that or you're just going to need more upgrades. All right, then that is the Evolution Cup by Maxthegamer. I hope you liked it. I hope some of the discussion in here was helpful to you if you're trying for this cup. And good luck getting through the Evolution Cup and getting the Chiron Sport 110 and Bugatti. Thank you, as always, for watching my videos. If you liked the video, please leave a like and please subscribe to the channel so you can get notifications when I put up new videos. And as always, thank you for watching my videos. I'll catch you next time. Have a good one.